Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make an Umbreon out of clay. Shiny Umbreon is my favorite Pokemon, so I figured making one would be fun. So let's get started. You will need Mod Podge, black and white paint, either sculpting tools or I used a plastic knife and a dull tapestry needle, paint brushes, and a variety of clay. You can always buy colors in the shade that you want, but I decided to just use what I had, so I took my dark blue and mixed it with white in order to get a lighter blue that I wanted. First thing I did was divide my black clay into 2 larger balls and 3 smaller balls. Now take your largest ball and start forming it into a rounded square shape. From there, start to bend your square into a rounded shape while also forming the 4 corners into little legs. Now take the other large ball and start forming the head, which is mostly round with somewhat of a point where the nose should be. Next, take the 3 smaller balls and begin to form the tail and ears. They are all basically the same shape, just make sure the ends are pointy and that they are a bit wide in the center. Now take the light blue, or if you're making a normal Umbreon, it would be the yellow clay, and start to roll it out very thin. Now form the end into a tiny circle, and this is where your tools will come in. I use the knife for cutting, and I like to put the needle through the center so that the hole doesn't close up while I'm sculpting. You can go ahead and place the first circle on the head. To add the rings to the ears and tail, roll out the clay just like before and then roll it around the ear or tail to get an approximate length and then cut. After that, take it off and press it so that it is more flat and then place it back on, pressing it into the ear or tail as you go so that it stays in place. And cut off any excess clay. Now we need to make the rings that go on his legs. They are made the same way as the one for his head, but need to be a little smaller so that they fit. I like to make all 4 rings before I place them on so I can make sure they are relatively even. Once they are all made, all you need to do is place them on and press them in. The last thing to sculpt is the eyes. Shiny Umbreon has yellow eyes, but if you're making a normal Umbreon, you would use red clay. You will only need a very small amount of clay for each of the eyes, and sculpt them into a shape similar to a lemon. Again, I like to make both eyes before placing them on so that you can make sure they look even. Once you're done making them, you can just press them onto the face. After you're finished adding all of the details, it's time to put it all together. I just take each of the pieces and firmly press them into place. Lastly, I take a little piece of black clay and roll it into a ball and then place it on the face where the nose goes. After it's all assembled, it's ready to go into the oven to bake according to the directions on your clay. After it is done baking and completely cooled, it is time to paint the eye details on. I start by painting the black pupils, and then once that is completely dry, you can add the white shine. Once the paint is completely dry, all that's left to do is paint the entire thing with your Mod Podge. Once that is dry, you're completely done! I also made a smaller normal Umbreon and used a gloss finish so that you can see the difference. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.